Not live yet? I am live. Yes, I am live. Hello there. This is great. Oh, back to life after a crazy 2 weeks. It was pretty fun, wasn't it? Fun for you too? It was fun for me. Very adventurous. We were able to do a lot. So I think I'm feeling the side effect of it right now because I'm like super tired and just after every activity, I'm like, ugh. Or was that like
People have no
every day?
idea what you're talking about.
Well, I'm not going to share that now. Then I will have to share it again at 7 o'clock. So this is the reason why I didn't want to go live so early. But you got to go live to be able to fix all these things. Hello there. See, we're doing pretty good right now. So just hold on, people. I'm so excited to do this. There's many more to come, so just excited about that. Thank you for the thumbs up. Is that you? Yeah. Hello. Guys, just make sure that you post your comments there, and I will be able to respond to you. So just tell me who you are and where you're from, or you can just tell me your first name if you don't want to. You don't want me to say your full name, so yes. Just gonna keep talking. Yep. Yes, yes. Hi guys, this is Alexander Buster, deputy, and I am here right now just doing my weekly update with you guys and my weekly talk with you guys. So if you guys want to get to meet me, you can come to Sojourners Cafe, which is on 1406 White Bear Avenue. That's St. Paul, Minnesota, 55106, East Side District. Um, it is a coffee house. My wife and I manage over here. And so Wednesday nights at 7 p.m., you can come and you can meet me. And you can even be on this show if you would like to be on the show. So I encourage all of my constituents and all the people who have been following me and who knows me and uh, wants to be involved. Just come down and meet me. So, but yeah, so I am just gonna be just sharing a couple of things with you each and every week. I'm gonna be talking specifically about the East Side, St. Paul, but I am also going to be mentioning stuff that is happening on a local level, on a state level, and also on a national level, because I think that is very important for us as citizens of this great country to be aware of what is going on. Because I think a lot of you may be able to agree with me in that it's because we haven't been involved lately or the last however many years that we are in the state that we are in right now. So I think it's very important for us as citizens of Minnesota, but also citizens of this great country, United States of America, for us to be involved because if we are not involved, well then we will get the government that we deserve. So I think it was Benjamin Franklin who responded to this lady after they had just got done with the writing the Constitution and having the meeting, and Benjamin Franklin said, after this lady asked him, she was like, "Hey, sir, what form of government have you given us?" And Benjamin Franklin says, "A republic, man, if you can keep it." And I think it's very important for us to be able to emphasize if you can keep it, because that implies that the responsibility is on us as citizens. We have a responsibility and a duty for us to be involved. So if we are not involved, then, well, whatever happened will be because of our complacency and our lack of involvement. Um, so that's why I think it's very important for us to get involved. So as many of you may know, some of you may not know, but I will be running again. I will be running for the East Side Senate District 67. I will be running, again, and it's going to be a great time. Instead of me having 3 months to put a campaign together, I'm I am going to start actually right now. So I started right now, and this right here is part of it. So uh, so I am very excited about it, and hope that you guys will be excited about it also. Um, yep. Okay, and just a little bit more about myself for all of you new people is that I am a husband, a father of seven, soon to be 8 children. By the way, yep, my wife is pregnant with baby number 8, and she is lovely, and I am really excited to see her. So, but when she is born in September, yeah. But yeah, so I am a small business owner. I own my own HVAC business, heating and cooling. So just really, really blessed to be part of this system, and to be in America. So, coming here almost 30 years ago, and choosing to apply American principles to my life, and to see that when you apply it, it's there. It works. It works, and but also knowing the truth, reading and being informed about what form of government we have definitely has helped me to be able to filter out the truth from the lie. So that is just something that I'm just really, really, really glad to talk about. So another thing also to add at Sojourners Cafe, I will encourage you guys. Starting in 2 weeks, and I will be posting this up uh, on my website. 2 weeks, I will be teaching a constitutional course. It is a 12-week course which teaches us and teaches you and teaches whoever wants to be involved, um, our founding principles in its original intent and how we have gotten to where we are. So I am a very big fan of understanding the times and to be really wise about what is going on. So I cannot be led by my emotions or by people who have bad intention for us as citizens. So please just be aware of that. And tonight, matter of fact, I will be having that up here also. But also to add Sojourners Cafe, there is a food shelf here. So I will encourage people who needs food and who needs uh, who needs toiletries to come down and to be able to get that, because that is just one of the ways that as a citizen that it is our responsibility. It is my responsibility to make sure that my my family is taken care of, but also my community. So that is another way that I want to be able to reach out to my community. So we don't have to have government involved in this because it is up to us as the citizens. We are the government, and that starts with us first. So I think that is so important, and I live it out and I practice that. So I would just encourage you guys to just do that also. So with all of that being said, let's start. Some of you may know my family and I just got back from our 2 weeks vacation. Also, that will be on my Facebook and also on our YouTube channel, which I will put up sometime. So you guys can just go there and just follow it and just watch our crazy adventure. So, yeah, so we went on a 2 weeks vacation. But before that, we bought a coach bus that was turned into an RV, uh, and we took it with us. And this was great because we were able to do a lot more with it because we had that coach bus. So it has been a blessing for us. So we took it and decided to head west. We went to Yellowstone. We went to Mount Rushmore first, and then we went to Yellowstone, and then we finished out at Glacier National Park. And but sadly, that majority of the events and places and roads and stuff were closed because the season hadn't started yet. But then also because of COVID, there was a lot of issues. But we were still able to see a lot of things, and we were able to really have a good time and be able to draw together closer as a family and as a unit. So it was a much needed vacation after last year uh, last year political run. So my wife and family was really excited, and so was I. So we went to Mount Rushmore, which is in South Dakota, and we went to, and then which was great. I mean, it was really nice. It was really nice to see people in their natural God-given form. There was a lot of people without masks, which was nice to see people's face, people smile, people were living their lives. And Wyoming, where Yellowstone is at, people were also like that. I mean, Wyoming was one of my favorite states because I just love how the the citizens there are. I mean, they're just really, really nice. I mean, Wyoming isn't a place that people will naturally just think that, um, you know, everybody's nice, but the people there were really nice and really welcoming to me and my family, and I just loved it because they were living their lives. Despite everything that has happened in the last year with COVID, people were living their lives, and I think that is important because for me, I was able to see the complete difference between um, the west side, the west coast of our country, and then here, Minnesota. I mean, it was a shell shock for me, just seeing how people just were living their lives without fear and without um, just not fearful, and that is something that I see here, which is sad. But going there definitely helped reminding me that, look, we still have hope, all right? There are still people who haven't been, who have not given into this defeatist state of living. So just being really rejuvenated, and Glacier was my favorite spot because it was so beautiful. But and I will definitely be taking my family back sometime in the near future. I am not sure about that, but yeah. So, but the reason why I started out that I started out with that is that because whereas the the state of each of those states, they left this whole COVID pandemic up to businesses and people. That is how our country is supposed to run. That's how our country is supposed to run, and to be able to see people who people who are just applying that, and you know, uh, people just applying that, and government that is applying that was really refreshing. So, I mean, the reason why I am doing that is because it is very important. Because if you look at those states, COVID number cases, whatever, but then also economy, it is a stark difference between them and us. Okay, South Dakota barely closed, and from where I stand last year, they had a $250 billion surplus. We had one, right? And we were locked down, and people were and are still living in fear. And then citizens were also against each other here. But there it was the complete opposite. I mean, people were just living their lives. So I hope I am not discouraging you from living here and wanting to move there. But I am using this story and using this as a semblance of hope for us, and that we can be like that. So, nothing against people wearing masks. So, if you, citizen, wants to wear masks, that is totally up to you. That is up to you. So, but anyways, why don't we just follow up with my story? So we went there, and the citizens, people were wearing masks and some weren't. That's okay. So this is where I got really, really sad. I got really, really sad to see the state of our country. Is that we could not go into those national buildings, any of those national buildings. We could go outside. We could go to the parks and all that stuff, but we could not go into uh, any of the gift shops, any building without a mask. Without a mask. And and here is why I was really, really sad, because from a national level, they are literally exemplifying a literally breaking law, voluntarily breaking laws, making their citizens break laws. Even though COVID has gotten between us citizens, that is okay, because our constitution allows us to have those rights, because our individual rights to our body, our our property, including our businesses, so we can make those choices. All right, whether you want to go there or not, those are the citizen choices. But here is where it gets really, really bad. Federal buildings or state buildings or any state events or any state places cannot, cannot, and I'm going to say this again, they cannot legally enforce this mask mandate. But that's where it was at severely, severely. And that really made me sad, because now it literally showed that we are no longer a free nation. Now we are living under tyranny, because our elected official can literally disregard our laws, our existing laws, and put in bogus stuff. There are no laws stating that we need to wear a mask. So that's where it's at. There is no federal law, and there is no state law either. All of that is meant to be on the individual level. But yet we have our governors, we have our president making up laws simply because they can, and nobody's willing to do anything about it. So I was really glad to see people in government that were willing to still apply the laws. And you guys may say, hey, Alex, you know, COVID is bad, and government need to do something to protect the people. This is, and my answer for that is, come to my constitutional class, and you will understand the right interpretation of the roles of government, but also the roles of everyone else. So that is my response to that. So, but I like to give my constituent and people resources, because I just don't want you to take my word for it. I also want you to be a student. I also want you to be educated, because I love you. I want you to be educated so you can make your informed decisions about whatever it is. But I want you to be fed. All right? So here is why the federal government or any local government cannot do this. Well, first things first, we have our Constitution. We have our First Amendment. Okay? Churches were not allowed to be open because the governors decided to shut them down. Okay? And so we have that. But then also vaccines. Now it's vaccines. So that rolls over to vaccines. But also we have our Fourth Amendment, the right to our property. Our body is our property, okay? And our businesses are our property, is an extension of our property. All right, so if a business owner decide to do that, that's okay. You may not agree with them. That is their decision. But you have a choice to vote, and you have a choice to not shop there or find another business that supports you. And you know what? That's what my wife and I did. We stopped going to all of these big businesses that were enforcing that. We were willing to sacrifice our temporary fulfillment in going to certain stores to go farther away, pay more money for our freedom, okay? Because freedom isn't free. It is not free, so we need to be okay with it costing us something. And that was a decision that my wife and I made from the get-go. We knew that, and we were like, that's it. We will make a stand. Well, you know why? Because we wanted to lead by example. We knew that many people felt like us. Many people thought like us. They just needed someone else to do it, someone else to exemplify that. And countless of times, we had people that were literally coming up to us and thanking us and just encouraging us. This was the same way with our founding fathers. I mean, I think there were like only probably 4 or maybe at most 10% of our population then fought in the War of Independence, because that just that is how the human nature is. So literally understanding that is that we have rights. Okay, the issue is that the federal government, is that a private entity or is that a public entity? That is a public entity, meaning that it is for us. All right. So enforcing something like that without us agreeing to it, that is not the role of government. That goes against our, goes against our first, also our Fourth Amendment. But then also there are statutes. There are statutes, literally, that is saying that it is a crime. So watching these public people, and granted, look, on these people were doing their job. I get that, and I'm trying to be passionate for them, but also very compassionate towards them. So I took the time to explain that to them, even though I knew that they were not going to accept it. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I wasn't sure if they were going to receive it or not. That was not the point. The point was that I needed to be faithful and obedient to giving them the information such as our First and our Fourth Amendment rights. That that this mask is not legal. This whole thing isn't legal. But then also statute. So one of the statute is literally from a federal level, we have what you call denial of rights under the color of law. So it is um, it is under. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to just read this offhand to you. It is under Title 18, Section 242. It says that deprivation of rights under the color of law. It is a crime for a person acting under the color of law, knowingly and willfully depriving a person of a right or privileges protected by the Constitution. But then also, uh, going a little bit deeper, it literally defines itself as attempting to cause a person to do something by telling them that such action is required by law, when it is not required by law, may be a felony. So literally, the federal government, the governors, are literally causing people to break the laws because there are no laws stating that you have to do this. So it was just really sad watching it from a city level, from a local level, and then leaving because I wanted a break from all of the craziness to go to a federal level to also see that, well, that's why, because we have the people that are supposed to be protecting us enforcing it. I think uh, uh, Mr. Biden, President Biden, I will respect the office. President Biden decided to make it a federal mandate. So yes, so literally we have that. So with all of that, that is why I'm running for office, because uh, running for office again, because I see how far we have gotten, how far removed we have been. So, guys, I will ask you guys to if you guys have questions or just anything that you would like to ask me, feel feel free and just let me know. I will do everything I can to answer you. So, but yeah, so we have federal laws stating that it is illegal for that to happen, but then also our state laws, the whole mask thing. There is a law against wearing masks, but yet we have our police officers forced to do that. Like it's wrong for them to conceal their identity, and but yet it was okay. Let me see. Let me just take some questions. Where's the question? Okay, so Jessica sure. Yeah, said if you had to choose three of your top value, what would it be? Well, um, so my 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 values. If you go on my website, Jessica, let me just put it up there just one more time. You will be able to see it. Uh, but I will advise you to go on my website and then see everything about me is there. So, but one thing that I am passionate about is that I love life, and I literally want um, um, us as a citizen and as a nation for us to be a nation that honors life again, and we can stop abortion and just all of these things that are just happening to literally destroy our country from a moral standpoint. But then also I am very much in favor of the rule of law, which is our Constitution, and that government is supposed to protect our God-given rights. So, because of that, I am for limited government. I would like to see very limited government involved in people's lives and people everyday dealing. I would like to see um, another value of mine is the safety. Safety is everything. I mean, we need more cops. We need to fund them. We need to train them, and they need that. Safety is everything for me too. As a husband, a father of soon to be eight children, I would like to see my neighborhood safe. Matter of fact, last night, I kid you not, outside of my neighborhood, I mean, literally outside of where we are staying, we heard about 4 gunshots. Literally, the person was standing about 2 or 3 feet away from our uh, building and then shooting the other the other direction. All right, and police came and they were able to take down everything that they needed. But then, why are those things happening? Because we know that St. Paul is losing a lot of their police officers, and especially with us having such a negative, such a negative view of cops nowadays, and cops and good cops are leaving. No wonder our cities are being destroyed, and I would like to see that not happen. I very much support our cops. There are bad cops, but those are a few and far in between. So let's not even go there. I support good cops, and I think that the system needs to be somewhat, fixed, but we don't need to defund our cops. And then businesses also. I really would like to see our businesses thrive again, because that COVID had destroyed our business. And my personal belief is that That's why this virus happened, was to literally destroy our economy, because we had such a strong economy, right? The last 4 years, right? We had such a strong economy. And if you notice, all of the states that had supposedly uh, democratic governors, a lot of those states fiscally did not do well, did not do well. And also, freedom wise, nothing good happened. But if you look at states like Wyoming, states like Montana, states like South Dakota, $250 million surplus compared to our barely one. And that was partially because of the the federal subsidy, right? So that was because of that. So look at how that is being held. So businesses were crushed by that, and putting them in a very tough spot for them to not allow them to be able to service people the way how they want to, by coercing them, by bullying them into, literally bullying them into doing this and into breaking the laws. All of those things hurt, all right? And I would like to see it end. I would never like to see that happen again. So running for office. So these are my values. So I would just encourage you to just go and to just literally just go on my website and see everything you can about me, to know about me, and please support, because the outer states need someone like me here. The outstate needs to have someone like me in here, because you have an ally in me. So I know a lot of people ask how they can support me, um, and why? Because literally, I mean, the city controls everything. The city controls. So if you can have someone that is on your side, why not, right? Someone who has and share the same values as you, why not, right? So support me, obviously financially, but then also support my campaign, donate, financially, and but then also uh, when the season starts, you guys can start coming out and passing out door hangers, and just doing all of that. That's how you can help support me. So that would be good. That is good. That is good. All right. But yeah. So yeah, it's so that's what I am. So that's what I am doing. And that's what I literally experienced the last couple of weeks, and it was great. And to be able to literally just go through all of that, but then also process it, because that is the kind of person I am. Is that I like to learn and understand. So seeing that, but then also it is not about just acquiring knowledge and then process it, but then also apply it. So knowing that and seeing all of that and understanding the difference between their state and ours, my heart was and is to literally see that happen here, right? But how is that going to happen as a citizen? Is that stop complaining. I know it's hard. I know it's hard to not complain about all of the injustice and all of the law breaking activities that are happening. I know it's hard to see hope in our district, but we can do it. One, there are other states outside of here who are different from us, who are where we want to be. So going there definitely helped encourage me, definitely helped inspire me to want to come back and just hit the ground running and be more passionate and be more outspoken and be more courageous, because that's what that's where it can lead to. So stop complaining and get involved, because what is happening is the war of ideology. It is it is a war of belief system being applied to our government, to our lives. So if you want to make a difference and if you want to make a change, you need to get involved, and you need to get involved, and you need to get a yep you need to get involved. You need to literally get on your school board, on your city council. Put your name down. Get involved. Okay. First things first. You need to know you need to know your rights. You need to know what the Constitution says, because if you don't, you you literally just have a good, compassionate idea, which could be illegal. Kind of like how everything's that are happening, like with the mask. I'm sure maybe somebody thought they were doing something good and being compassionate about wearing a mask, because obviously you guys heard, if you love your neighbor, you would wear the mask. That sounds good on the surface, but then just digging it through later, you see that it's selfish. It is based on selfishness and also fear. Selfishness because if if the other person isn't wearing a mask, obviously you are not thinking about them. It is also based on fear, because the reality is that you are afraid of catching this virus, so you want them to wear it so you can feel good about yourself. So that's really, so, but yeah. Um, uh, yes, this is a question. I think it says, is Jesus your Lord and Savior? Yes. I am a born again, Bible believing Christian, and I do not try to hide it. Um, yeah, and I am. So, but yeah, and that and that worldview governs how I look at everything, how I look at life, how I look at how I govern, because that's how our founding fathers intended it to be. So that's how they intended it to be. And um, once again, my website, I'm just trying to just go through that. But yes, so yes, the answer is yes, Ryan. So, but guys, please send me questions. If you have any question pertaining to anything that I said, moans, groans, complaint, something against what I said, I welcome it. I welcome being challenged, and because I believe that this office shouldn't just be handed to me, right? So I should have to earn you guys' trust, and I should have to earn you guys' votes. So I am not looking for people to just hand it over to me because I can say clever things, but I want you to be able to make your decision based on sound reasoning, and so yes. The question is, can you run for mayor? Uh, I would love to, but no, that is not where I sense God leading me. So I know I know others counsel me, uh, after you lost, why, don't you um, run for something else? You could get paid more. Like the city council literally gets paid more than the senators. But I am not in it for the money. I am not in it for the opportunity to be something prestigious. I am just a concerned husband and father who wants to make a difference. So, but this is where I sense God is leading me. So that's where I'm going to be heading. So, as gracious and as awesome as that opportunity sounds and tempting, that's not where I'm supposed to be. So I'm not gonna do that. Uh, yep. Okay. Yes. So once again, guys, a couple of things I would just like to stress. The class is open to the public, but I will highly encourage people in the East Side District, Senate District 67, House District 67A, 67B to sign up. To also sign up because I would like to have you guys there. My primary heart, and nothing against everyone else, my heart is for the East Side. All right. I love everyone, but my heart is for the East Side because the East Side is my family. Literally, it's like my wife and kids come first before everything else, right? So yes, so the East Side comes first, but I will also like to open this to others as well. So I just do not want people outside of the Senate District 67 to feel isolated. So please, please, uh, please respond tonight and let me know that you will want to take this class. Uh, oh, so that I respect you listen to your heart and God. You will be put in the right position because of your faith, but we need an honest person representing us. Okay, thank you for that, Jillian. So it's also going to be on my website also. So please go to my website and um, uh, email me. Email me and let me know that you would want to take this class. It starts in 2 weeks. Um, it's going to be at Sojourners Cafe. So it's going to be on a Tuesday night from 7 to like 8:30. Um, um, it's a very it is a very intense course. It's really nice because it's really geared to people, the everyday people understanding our Constitution, so they can be able to understand how they can apply it to their lives. Okay, so you do not have to be a lawyer to take it. Matter of fact, I have actually had about 3 lawyers so far who have taken the course, and they and they said that they literally did not learn this stuff in law school, and I was shocked by it. But I am not surprised, judging by how we have a lot of our judicial system nowadays and government. I am not surprised that they didn't learn it. So just encourage you guys to come. But also, there is a food shop at Sojourners Cafe as well, and there are resources here for the Senate district. So, and then you guys can come and meet me in person, So it's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be good times, good times. So. All right. All right. Thank you. All right. Please support me again. All right, Jimbo. All right. So, well, yeah. So, any questions? Any questions? Please, just let me know if you have any questions. Um, so that's it. That's really all I have. So tune in next week again, where I will be doing this again. So please tell your friends, tell your neighbors about me, and you guys have questions pertaining to the East Side, question pertaining to life, question pertaining to our government, and things that you would like to see implemented, and ask me those questions, and I will be able to give you that answer, but also equip you. So I'm so glad this week that you guys were able to come and just listen to me, for the last hour, and that you guys are involved in this, because you are involved in our government. This is an opportunity. This is how our founding fathers did things. They were able to meet in secret meetings, and they were able to meet in bars, and just whatever it was, to be able to talk about the form of government that they would like to see. We have the advantage because we were able to build off of what they have established. And we have somewhat lost it, but there is still hope. There is still an opportunity for us to be able to return to that. So I want you guys to just be encouraged, to be really strong, because we are going to need it. Things are getting tough. Things are getting a lot harder, but we will be able to overcome this. So just stay tuned, and just come by next week, and we will be able to further on this discussion. So thank you, and I will see you later. Once again, does anybody have questions? I'm going to leave it open for another minute, and if there is no questions, then 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 I would just call this an end. So, all right, I'm just scrolling through here to see if there's any questions, and to allow you guys the opportunity to be able to just do that. So, yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So, right. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. See you guys.